નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. વેલકમ ટુ આદર્શ એજ્યુકેશન સોસાયટી. Dear student, today we have to learn social science chapter number 13. Continues of chapter number 13. Our next topic is geological structure. Dear student, you know very well about the meaning of geological. Geological, it means bhuvaignanic. If you have to see the meaning of geological, it means relating to the study of the earth, physical structure and substance. It is known as a geological. If you have to see the whole meaning of geological structure, then geological structure are usually the result of the powerful of the tectonic force that occurs within the earth. Thus, force fold and break rock from deep fold and build a mountain. It is known as a geological structure. It means the bhuvaignanic. The current physiography of India is the result of tectonic and the crustal movement of the earth. Dear children, you know very well about that. Whatever the current physiography of the India is the result of tectonics and the crustal movements of the earth. Both constructive as well as the destructive effect of all movements can be seen. It means you have to see here, due to this movement of the plates, that both constructive as well as the destructive effect we have to seen in this movements. The knowledge about the interior of the earth is very interesting. It means now we have to learn about the knowledge of the interior of the earth. The crust of the earth float over the semi-liquid rocks. Dear children, what they have to say that? They have to say that the crust of the earth float, it means terna, you know very well that. It means the crust of the earth float over the semi-liquid rocks, semi-liquid earth provide rocks of the asthenosphere, rocks of asthenosphere. What was the meaning of, dear children, asthenosphere? Asthenosphere, it means without strength. It is known as a asthenosphere. Heat is generated due to the radioactive process in the interior of the earth. Now what happened there, dear children? Heat is generated due to the radioactive process in the interior of the earth, and it tends to reach the surface of the earth by generating the convectional currents. Now what happened there? Heat is generated due to the radioactive process, and due to that what happened that the surface of the earth are generating the convectional current. Which one? Convectional current. And these upward current break the upper layer into large pieces which are known as the lithosphere plate. Now what happened there? These upward of the current break the upper layer into the large pieces which are known as the lithospherical plates or tectonic plates. What was the another name of the lithospherical plate? It is also known as the tectonic plates. And you already learn about the meaning of the lithosphere. Lithosphere is concerned with the solid things in standard 8. There are the 7 major tectonic plates. Dear children, total how many major plates are there? Total 7 tectonic plates are there. These are, now they have given about the name of all the plates. Pacific plates, North American plate, South American plate, Eurasian plate, African plate, Indo-Australian plates and Antarctic plates. These all are the 7 major of the tectonic plates. Same way, dear children, here just you have to see this all plates they have to given data here. If you have to see proper way, then here which Eurasian plate is there, here North American plate, here South American plate is there. Same way here African plates, here Eurasian plates, here Indo-Australian plates, here Pacific Ocean plate is there, here Pacific Ocean plate. It means whatever we are learning, this all are the major 7 tectonic plates they have to given in this map. At some places, these plates come closer to each other. Now, what happened that, dear children? At some places, these plates are come to each other nearer, and which are known as convergent plate. What was the meaning of the convergent plate, dear children? Some places, these plates come closer of each other, which are known as the convergent plates, and it is known as a convergent plate. This is the picture, this is the image of your convergent plate. They have to already given. Due to the divergence and convergence, dear children, what they have to say, that due to the divergence, it means due to the diversification and convergence process, fold and fold take place. Due to that, what happened, that fold as well as fold take place. Due to the movement of these plates over millions of the year, due to this movement of the year, it take how many year? It take the millions of the year. Shape of landform as well as the location have changed. Now, due to the taking of this place take the millions of the year, and that's why what happened, that shape of the landform as well as the location have been changed, and the process of divergence is responsible for all the tectonics and volcanic activity on the earth. Now, dear children, why these things are to be happen? This kind of the process of divergence, you know very well that meaning of divergence we can say that vada, it means the distance. So because of this divergence, this is responsible for all the tectonics and volcanic activities on the earth. Wherever these drifting plates have collided with one another, due to that, what happened, that these kind of the plates are collided with each other, and it has resulted into the mountain. Now, these plates are collided, and due to that, what happened, that resulted into the mountain building process. Whenever this place drift away, whenever this place was drifting away, fissures are created within the landform, and due to that, what happened, this fissures are created within the landform as well as the ocean. The continent situation along these fissures are drifting apart continuously, and now what happened, that this kind of the continuous situation doing into the fissures are drifting apart from continuously. Such plate are called as a divergent plate, and that's why it is called as a divergent plate. Already they have to given in the pictures this divergent place, and that's why they have to say that this both plate are in what happened, that in fissures, it means now both are in opposite direction in the divergent place, while here the convergent place they are in the same, it means the same, this kind of the direction they have to given in the convergent plane, while in the transform the boundary, here you have to see in this image, these all are the process of the tectonic plates are within the earth, it means in the interior of the earth, and that's why we can say that these such plates are called the divergent plates. Already we have learned the word of the major plates. Now, India was a part of very vast and Asian land masses known as the Gondwana. Dear children, you know very well that what they have to say, that the India was the part of very vast and Asian land masses is known as the Gondwana land. Now, Gondwana land, if you have to see the meaning of only the Gondwana was one kind of the Asian supercontinent that broke up about 180 million years ago. These large land masses consist of the present of the South America, Africa, Australia and Antarctica, and that's why what they have to say, that these large land masses consist of the present in South America, Africa, Australia and Antarctica. Over a period, the Indo-Australian plate started drifting gradually. Now what happened there? Over the period of the time, Indo-Australian plate started drifting. Drifting, it means wavering. Whenever river is flowing to same way. This plate was drifting gradually towards which direction? Towards the north. it is so believed that this plate is collided with the large Eurasian plate, and that's why what happened that this plate is collided it means कोई भी चीज के साथ टकरा जाना, collided with the large Eurasian plate before about the 5 crore year ago, and this plate was collided before the how many year ago, 5 crore year ago, and due to this collision, due to this kind of the collision between Indo-Australian plate and Eurasian plate, the Himalayas mountain system emerged out of Tethys Sea, and that's why what they have to say that, dear children, they have to say that because of collision between Indo-Australian plate and Eurasian plate, the Himalaya mountain system was emerged out of Tethys Sea. A large valley was formed to the south of the Himalaya. What they have to say that, dear children, they have to say that the large valley you know very well, that Khina was formed to the south of the Himalaya system, where the alluvial sediments were deposited by the river. And you know very well that whenever the heavy rainfall is there, that time the water is also bring the soil same with them. That's why here they have to say that the alluvial sediments were deposited by the river flowing from north and south of it. Thus, the Ganga plains between Himalaya and the southern peninsula was formed, and due to that, what happened that here the Ganga plains between Himalaya and the south peninsula was formed. Why? Because the alluvial sediment deposited by the river flowing into the north and south. A huge volcanic eruption took place in the northwest of the peninsular plateau. And what happened that here? Huge volcanic eruption place in the northwest of the peninsular plateau. As a result, with the western portion of the plateau was disintegrated, and due to that, what happened that the western portion of the plate was disintegrated. Disintegrated it means विघटित हो जाना, अलग हो जाना, was a submerged. This lead to the formation of the Arabian Sea, and that's why what happened that these things lead to the formation of the Arabian Sea. Due to this submerge of the Western Ghat become the more distinction, and due to that what happened that the submerge of the Western Ghat become the more distinct. Distinct it means the different. Just you have to see this image, and you know very well that here already we learn about this all kinds of the plates, and due to that they have already given in the image that here the direction of the plate movements. After here they have to given this symbol for the destructive plate boundary. Here this is the sign for the constructive plate boundary, and here the uncertain plane boundary. This is the sign of the uncertain the plane boundary, and that's why we know very well that here if you see here the Arabian Sea is there, here the Bay of Bengal is there, here Indian Ocean is there. So same way here all the movements of the turning of the plates, and that's why what happened there due to the submerge the Western Ghat become the more distinction. Thus, a large diversity is seen in the Indian subcontinent, and that's why we can say that we have to see the large diversity. You know very well the meaning of diversity. It means different, vivid, alag-alag. Means we have to see the large diversity is seen in the Indian subcontinent. Lofty mountain range are seen in the north. Where we have to see the lofty mountain range? We have to see in the lofty mountain range into the northern direction. Many plates, summits and passes are seen within them, and that's why what happened there many plateau, summits and the passes are seen within them from the northern direction, and we know very well the northern direction the Himalaya mountain range are there. Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra river flow in the northern plain, and that's why we can say that this all are the name of the river. Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra river flow in the northern plain. their alluvial deposit have formed this plain, and that's why here alluvial soil, they have to say it about the alluvial deposited soil form in this plain due to that river. Two edges in the form of the ghat on the two sides of the plateau and the coastal plain are situated into the eastern and western margin, and that's why what happened, that two edges into the form of the ghat, and that's why eastern ghat and western ghat, already we are learning in previous standard that this kind of the ghats on the two sides of the plateau and the coastal plain are situated into the eastern and western margin. Thus we can say that India hold a diversified physiography, and that's why we know that, that's why we can say that the India hold a diversified physiography. And you know very well about the meaning of diversified. Diversified, it means the various, जिसको आप गुजराती में जुदू जुदू कहते हैं. Physiography, already I am told the meaning there, prakrutik bhugoળ, it means they are telling about our geographical structure of the India. And due to this kind of the situation of the eastern part and western part, and because of that we can say that the India hold a diversified physiography. Thank you for joining us.